Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve, Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate, alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger. And we are giving you all of your real estate news. Thank you for joining us today on this beautiful weekend. All right, I've got all kinds of news articles here from all kinds of financial publications about how, Bruce, it's getting so expensive to rent that you got to buy a house.
Well, we've been telling people that a long time.
A little while.
Is that really news?
No rich renters. Yeah, that's old news. Yeah. Well, there's no new truths. I mean, the important thing is
there is no new truths.
And with this bit of inflation we've got and price rising, I think where people miss the boat on their pocketbook is the $400 a month for iPhones, the $700 car lease, and there might be two of them. And if you look at what's on there, and I know you get into this a lot more when you see the dirty laundry, when you see the credit reports and everything, and if they don't have that debt, it's funny. I heard a guy talking the other day. I was asking him. He had very well off, several homes paid for, and I said, "How'd you get your start?" Because he's where I want to be when I'm retired. And he goes, one thing my dad taught me when I was young, and this is in the 40s. He goes, interest is money you will never get back."
Right.
And that's one thing he always did. He used mortgages, but he always focused on getting them paid off.
Sure.
And he said kind of the same thing about these people with massive car payments and too much credit card debt.
Absolutely. But you know what? You look at those people. How many people can you look at that have owned real estate and lost money? The only time that I would have ever lost money is if I bought in 2006 and sold in 2009. Right?
Yeah, and they said nobody got hurt if you owned for more than 10 years.
If you owned for 10 years, you were fine. Yeah. Yes, but that situation, and a lot of folks come to you and I and say, "Hey, are we in for another bubble? Are we going to have another crash?" Here's the reality, in my opinion: we will have a pullback. We won't have a crash.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to completely crash. I don't know what Crazy Joe's going to do because I can't see anything that this administration does that makes any sense.
Well, you and I have been through 3 or 4 of these speed ups and slowdowns.
Absolutely.
And one thing about Florida is we're usually last to enter the slowdown and first to come
get out.
And so that's what's great about our economy. And this
Absolutely.
and I think COVID was something that everybody thought would slow us down. And it slowed certain things down, but
didn't throw our business down.
What jumped to the top of the pile was, hey, Florida's a great place to be.
Absolutely, and if we can live remotely, we don't have to be in a city anymore. We can be outside the city.
Yep.
So here's a couple of things that I think you can think about. Look, if you can work remotely and you live out of state, then move to Florida. We'll help you hook up with a home here. If you are considering buying a home, but you're struggling with how do I get the equity out of mine? Can I list mine and buy another one at the same time? How do I remove contingencies? That's what we do as experts.
How do we call?
Call me at 407-250-9144, 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com.
Cleve Loveland, always working, 407-352-8118, or LovelandReport.com. We answer a lot of questions, Bruce. It doesn't mean you're doing it next week.
Absolutely.
I talk to a lot of people 3, 6, 9 months before they're ready to do something, but I help them with a lot of things and save them a lot of money and a lot of heartache along the way with questions in their mind. I'm like, no, we can do that this way. There's 3 different ways to fix that problem. And a lot of people just don't know, but I do this hundreds of times a year.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And we will always do things that serve our clientele, not things so you can sell another house or I can do another mortgage. I promise you that will never happen on our watch. Now, there are a few things that I think are important that people understand, and that is how to navigate through this process that you and I help them with. But there's something that I'm finding that is of dire need right now. Now, we all know that the old interest rates that we had last year, even last week, they don't exist anymore.
Yep.
Every day, I'm just telling you guys, every day interest rates are going up. Not even every day, sometimes intraday. So it's not uncommon for me to see the bond market going south and interest rates jump up, or they start one thing in the morning and they're already up midday. So I am not in what's called a floating bias. I'm in a locking bias. If you can get it today, lock it today.
Yep.
Now, all of you folks that did not refinance, I know you were too busy, you couldn't get around to it, you had other things on your plate. I know it. I get it. But I'm going to tell you something. Some of you needed to consolidate, and you didn't. And you have equity in your property. And now your interest rate that you're going to get is going to be higher than it would have been. It's okay. I want to analyze your situation. If I can consolidate debt.
Let's just get rid of a credit card.
Well, let's just say I get rid of $1,000 a month in payments, but your mortgage payment goes up $200.
Yeah.
Then I got an $800 a month savings. Apply the $800 toward your mortgage, and now you have no debt and a 15-year mortgage.
And the same net worth.
Even though it's hard for people to grasp. Oh my God, I'm going to go from a 3.5 to a 4.25. Yes, but I'm saving you this much money.
Yep.
Now, listen, don't get sucked into this with just anybody. I will tell you whether it's the right thing to do or not. You will not get a sales pitch from me. You're going to get the truth. I turn down more people or I discourage more people than I do encourage them. You call the Loan Arranger at 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com.
Or Cleve Loveland, 407-352-8118.
Yep, or CleveLoveland.com. Or the LovelandReport.com.
That's right. I got that back from the Russians.
You got wherever we need. Okay.
Bruce, springtime home buying, people are optimistic about it. I am getting more calls to list properties than I have been the past 9 months, which is good.
Listings are up.
So hopefully listings will go up, and we've just got this backlog of people. New construction. Most builders are kind of hanging on. They're saying 6 to 9 months to build a house instead of 3 to 5. I do have some builders out there. One of your favorite builders. It's got some inventory homes.
Yep. Got Hanover
actually
Family
got inventory
Builders.
Homes will be done in a couple of months, and a bunch of them in a new community. Great prices, great homes, and they are out there. And this is why, when the builders get their supply chain stuff sorted out, which they will, and they start shortening their time to build a house, we'll go back to where we've got 5,000 homes for sale. I just looked at 2019. You know how many homes we had for sale in Central Florida?
How many?
Or excuse me, end of 2018.
Okay.
About 8,000 homes for sale.
How many now?
And now we've got less than 3,000.
Okay.
So it's slowly been ticking down. But when we get around this 3,000, 3,500 mark, that's when you start seeing the multiple offers. And when we had 4,000 homes for sale, we saw multiple offers below 200, below 250.
Right.
And that went away. So then the inflation hit, and then we got the 2.5% interest rates, and it was just off to the races.
Absolutely.
So catching up that.
So now you're seeing rates hike. We've already had one Fed hike. We're going to have another one where they're threatening they could do as much as 6 more rate hikes. The federal bank or central banks have raised their rate. That caused Jerome Powell to decide to raise rates. He's forced to do that to slow the economy down. They're thinking the economy is going too strong. They want to slow the economy down. I think getting gas prices down would be a good start for me. I would like to see that, but I don't see that happening up. I don't see any pipelines opening up. But here's the thing. Expect that rates are going to be higher. But I want you to don't get blindsided by that, Cleve, because if rates are not 2.5 and now they're 4.5 or 5.5 probably in another 2 weeks, if that's what they are, it doesn't matter as long as you can swing the payment. But most importantly, are the houses continuing to go up in value? Because if you think about this, if I don't care what the rate is, if you buy a home and you put 3.5% down, and that appreciation only goes up by 3%, you have an 86% return on your investment.
You're making money. Yeah, you're making money.
86% return at 3% appreciation. We don't need 15 and 20. Cleve Loveland. How do you reach you, Cleve?
407-352-8118 or lovelandreport.com.
Or the Loan Arranger. If you've got a question about a mortgage or like to apply to refinance or purchase a home, I'd love to be the guy to help you. 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. You can also tune into my show, the Loan Arranger Radio Show, on Sundays at 11 o'clock, same station on WDBO. If you don't get WDBO real well on 580 AM, you can switch your radio to 107.3 HD FM. Not regular FM, but HD. So if you got a car that's built, say, after 2016, you probably have HD. I didn't even know I had it. But when I switched over that, I got my own station coming in loud and clear.
All right. Got some emails here about getting my house ready to sell. How much work do I need to do? I think I need a new kitchen. I think I need new tile floors. I'm just going to say stop, pump the brakes, call me, and I will get you my 50-point checklist on what you do and do not need to do. Most of the time, we're spending about 1 to 2% of the price of a home And when I walk in to see people, they want to spend about 5 to 7% of the price of their home to do work. In this market, you don't need to do that. You need to save that for your next offer to sweeten it up, make it look better with a larger deposit, with help you qualify to buy without selling, so we don't have that roadblock of nobody taking your contract because it's contingent on your closing. So I can help you with all these things. Just call me at 407-352-8118.
Absolutely. And if you're considering getting into this market, if you are a real estate agent and you are having trouble because your clients are not being chosen as the winning offer, it's because they have not been positioned to be able to look like the winning offer. I'm getting realtors call me every day, Cleve, going, this client's getting discouraged. They've made 5 offers, 6 offers, and they're not getting accepted. And I'm like, why? Well, they're coming in at full price offer. Why? Are they getting beat out to cash? No, I don't know. Well, why don't you know?
You need a stronger realtor.
You need a stronger realtor.
Plus, get fast-tracked.
Or you ought to be fast-tracked. So when my clients are positioned so they are as close to cash as you can possibly be. And I give the seller a guarantee that if we don't close on time, I pay the seller up to $500 a day. Does your lender, does your credit union, does Rocket Mortgage, does any bank you have out there guarantee the seller that they're going to pay them if the closing date is missed? I don't know anybody that does that. The Lone Ranger does it. 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. Or WeBringYouHome.com.
Cleve Loveland, 407-352-8118.
All right, Cleve, we got a couple more minutes here on this segment. I want to talk a little bit about construction renovation loans. So you mentioned the ugly duckling in the community, right? Yep. So you found a community. There's no homes available except for this one that's not so
pretty
nice.
Rough. Yeah,
it's rough. Okay, it needs a new kitchen, the roof's bad, probably needs updated plumbing.
10 cats live there. Yeah,
but the footprint's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not a complete tear down, but it's a gut.
Yep,
I got it. I can take care of that.
So let's say it's a 450 house and it needs 150 of work. What's your ratio? Like, how much can you be a reno loan before it turns into like a construction loan?
As long as you don't go twice as much in reno as you paid for that
Wow,
house.
okay. That's awesome. Okay.
Right?
Wow.
So if you as long as you're, and stay under 647, because I'm not doing them on jumbo.
Okay.
But is the total loan amount 647?
I don't know. I don't see too many homes that need more than
150,000.
I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Unless you're up above that jumbo level.
And what would you pay for that? If you're going to pay $150,000 into a house, I want to buy a house that if I do that, by the time I'm finished,
the neighbors are selling for that price.
It's at that price, right? I don't want to overpay. Yeah. But on my FHA 203K rehabs, you're limited on how much work can be done on those, a little bit more. But I can go up to 110% of value.
So, well, and this is what I see people, and the thing I see, I like those loans because when people buy a fixer-upper, it's what I usually say is they say, oh, we're going to do this little bit by bit. Now, unless you are in that business of fix-up, people never do it.
I'm not doing owner-builder. I'm not doing self-help.
But I mean, like the husband on the weekend is going to bust out and tear down that wall and renovate
you have
the kitchen.
so many days to perform the work.
Yep.
You can't do it willy-nilly. I'm not, unless you want to buy the home for cash.
I'm saying they're better off with the renovation loan than thinking
and get it done.
The wife's going to put it on the honeydew list and make me do it, which is, you'd laugh about that.
But you have a lot of you folks out there have got beautiful homes. You got a lot of equity, but you're like, God, I just can't stand this kitchen, or this bathroom is making me just sick. I got to get a new bathroom. I need new floors. Then let's do a total renovation on your home. I've got the products. You call the Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com.
Or Cleve Loveland, 407-352-8118 or LovelandReport.com.
All right, so we're going to be back in just a few minutes. I want to talk when we come back about young folks that need help that have not gotten it. They don't have direction on credit, establishing a checking account, balancing a checking account, opening credit when they get into college. And I'm doing a class on that. We're going to talk about that when we get back. So stay tuned for Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Be back in 5 minutes.